So a blind man walks into a bar, and a table, and a stool. Get it? Yeah. You know, I don't do Facebook, but I'm sorry, scratching my hand. My brother does, and always tells all these lame jokes. Yeah. Walks into a bar and a stool and table. Oh, hello everybody. Welcome back to another fine edition of In the Dirt. You may have noticed that I'm doing quite a few of these lately, and quite a few of them about bananas in particular. Well, besides the fact that people are really into bananas, and I happen to grow many varieties of bananas, you know, so yeah, make videos about them. Right? Crappy banana videos. But this one is going to be interesting, as you know from the title, Variegated bananas. Look at how beautiful that is. Come on, tell me that is not just stunning. That is beautiful. Look at that. This plant that I'm about to pot right here is a beautiful sucker off of a dwarf variegated Namwa called Pearl. And there's quite a few variegated bananas flying around these days. Many coming from only one individual, if you know what I'm talking about. But this particular strain, Pearl, outside of the II banana, which is the variegated Royal Hawaiian, which has been around for centuries, I'm sure, back when the native Hawaiians were playing with it and whatnot. But outside of that, you know, most variegated bananas are relatively new. This one, as far as I can tell, and from what I've heard directly from the person who originally got it, has been around for about 20 years almost. And her name is Pearl, like I said. The original variegated dwarf Namwa. It was found in a flat of tissue cultured tall Namwas. And it was selected out, sent to a grower, and he grew it just as an oddity. He was sent all the off mutations and various sports that would come, that do come out of tissue culture, and he grew it. And I'm not entirely sure how far it spread, but eventually he ended up losing it, and then just recently reacquiring it. And I was fortunate enough to acquire suckers off of it a few years ago. The original variegated dwarf Namwa. There are tall variegated dwarf Namwas now, actually quite a few, and ones that have even been seed grown, because Namwas, unlike most bananas, actually set seed extremely easily. You can just have a Namwa fruiting in another banana 10 miles away, and you can end up with some Namwa seeds. I grow so many bananas, and there's so many racks and male buds open at the same time that in some cases my Namwa bunches are somewhat inedible, because they do get tons of seeds in them if there's pollen getting mixed around by the bees and everything, because bees love bananas. They do. They just, so much nectar those male flowers produce, even the females, and the bees just love it. So if there's a nice fertile variety flowering at the same time a Namwa's opening up, you'll get seeds in them. But anyway, back on track. We're talking about variegated bananas in this hopefully short video, because I want to get this planted. It's a beautiful, rainy Florida evening. I'm gonna get hit by lightning any second. Thank you guys. I put myself in danger for you, see? Yeah, I'm in danger, you know. Danger, danger, danger. Points for whoever knows who used to say that. But yes, I have quite a few variegated varieties of banana. I have variegated dwarf Namwa, variegated tall Namwas. I have Florida variegated, the II. I have a variegated red Iolana. I have a variegated Vente Cohol. I have a variegated Gluey Cly banana. I think that's how you say it. Sucre banana. It's in that family. You know, they're all a little hard to suss out, but I have one of those as variegation. And the thing with variegation is it can it can show up on a random sucker, and sometimes that sucker will keep it and grow up, you know, be nice and variegated, but it won't produce any variegated suckers itself. That's actually pretty common. It's just what it is. You can have a beautiful variegated plant that was a nice mutation, and it doesn't produce any variegated offspring. Go figure. But these dwarf Namwa here, the pearl in particular, is nice and stable. I also have a non-pearl, just a mutation dwarf Namwa variegated that's nice and stable. I have a tall Namwa yellow variegation that's on and off. It'll produce variegated suckers sometimes, sometimes not. A green plant will just randomly produce a variegated sucker. And I've got white variegated Namwa. The variegation, I should have said that, comes in a couple different colors with bananas. There's yellow variegation, which tends to be very stable and holds up well in the sun. And then there's white variegation, which is like on the II, the Hawaiian bananas, and the Florida variegated. They have really, really white, beautiful variegation. My English guys, you know, you're used to it. And those tend to burn really bad. But they're also mixed. It's like camo. My wife calls them camo bananas because they have not just white, but varying shades of green. So they're really nice. So if you give them a bit of shade or protection, amazing. Just beautiful, stunning bananas. And same with these little Namwas. This pearl here in particular does actually have a mix of white and yellow variation, but no mix of green. Like I was just saying, it doesn't have any shades of green, just shades of white and yellow. And because of that, they hold up really well in the sun. This plant here was in full sun, and you can see no burning at all, which is nice. And I really like the little dwarf variegated bananas, the Namwas, because that rib just turns absolutely stunning pink. Really gorgeous. And especially when these guys are getting ready to fruit, just mind-blowingly beautiful. Really, really beautiful. But yeah. So, variegated bananas, you know, they've become more and less common over the past few years. They used to be really cheap because nobody wanted a variegated banana. Gosh, you're honking. What's going on over there? I think somebody just laid an egg, one of the ducks. It's like the chickens, when they pop out eggs, they start honking, don't they? But, yeah, you used to be able to pick them up for pennies, literally. $5, $6 for a variegated sucker. Today, now that people know how gorgeous they are, woo, the price. I had variegated bananas a few years ago, ended up losing them. And then just recently, when I got Pearl and got back into the variegated bananas, went looking and buying them, and I'm ashamed to say the price I paid for some of them, like the Florida Variegated, which is a delicious fruiting banana, by the way, which not very many people get the fruit for some reason. It's another thing, you know, if people can't show you the fruit, just saying, maybe you shouldn't be buying from them. Unless it's me. I don't always have good pictures of my plants fruiting. Anyway, but yes, I mean, these guys are through the roof, and I did pay quite a bit for them, I will admit, but worth it. The beautiful plants. I have an entire row of these variegated pearls, and just absolute stunners. One of my favorite. Sorry for the shaky camera all the time. I'm not one to stand still. I always move everywhere. But yeah, I just can't get over that. Look at. Other than the variegation and some of the different varieties and whatever the cultivar is burning a little bit, they grow exactly the same as the standard varieties or whatever variety they mutated from. Not much of an issue there. So, yeah, guys. Variegated bananas. Really interesting, beautiful plants. Sometimes you just get random ones popping up, and if you do, cross your fingers. Maybe it will stabilize and be around for you guys to enjoy. Look, I just can't get over that. Just stunning, stunning, stunning. That's why I love plants. Look at it. And I love, like I said, that these don't burn, so you really get to enjoy that. But either way, there's my potting mix, you know, in the dirt, gentlemen and ladies, right there. I'm going to pot this beauty up. I do sell variegated bananas, very few of them because, you know, just what it is. I sell everything, but you know, sometimes I have them, sometimes I don't. But if you're looking on eBay or some of these other places, prices can be exuberant. Is that the proper usage of that word? I think so. I think so. You know, $500, $600, $700, $800 is easily reached on bidding. It's up there with the Monstera plants, the variegated Monstera. These things sell all day for freaking $600, $700, $800 for a little leaf node that's variegated. Come on, you know, and it's not even the, you know, the deliciosa that actually fruits. So, you know, but yeah, if you're looking for variegated bananas, check down in the description, and my email is there. I have some for sale, and I will give you a good price if you mention you're off of eBay. Not off of eBay, I mean off, you know, eBay, away from them, off, you know, from YouTube, that is. And yeah, if you're looking for some gorgeous bananas, hit me up if my email's down there. I sell these all day, and so does everybody else, for about $400 or $500. The eyes and the Florida Variegated easily go for, you know, anywhere between $300 and $600 normally. Just stay away from overseas stuff, guys. It ain't worth the risk. Do not waste your money buying crap from overseas that, one, could be diseased to heaven, you know, bringing over who knows what. Two, it's likely to get seized by customs either way if it makes it, you know, it's not diseased and rotten. And, you know, three, keep the money home, guys. Support your local growers, or at least in-country growers, you know what I mean? But yeah, stay away from the overseas stuff like the plague. Yes. And another reason, you may be wondering, oh, those damn variegated bananas are still too expensive. Well, they don't tissue culture, guys. They don't. Well, one of them may have been, this beautiful girl here in particular, was started as a mutation in tissue culture. When you tissue culture variegated bananas, they don't hold up. Go figure. I don't know. Don't ask me. You know, I don't know. I hate tissue culture. I do not care for it. Stay away from that like the plague if I can. Especially if it's from a business that starts with agri. You're just saying, you know what I'm talking about. You don't buy anything from them. Which they basically are the ones that provide every tissue culture banana in the US. So just avoid the tissue cultures like the plague, guys. Yeah, variegated bananas. There's a few varieties. I mentioned a couple mutations that I have. Hopefully they will hold up. People come across new ones all the time. I recently got a rose banana that does not have variegated leaves, but the fruit is variegated. Crazy, right? No variegation on the leaves, but the fruit is orange and red variegated. Mind-blowing, right? Really interesting. Never seen a banana with just variegated fruit. I'm actually growing that, and yeah, that's an interesting one to boot. So this video is way long enough. See you later, guys. Like I said, check down the description if you want some. You want this. Gosh, look at that. You just go out there on your porch and just stare at that all day. Nice cold cup of chocolate milk in your hands. Staring at your variegated dwarf Namois. Whispering, Pearl, you're so gorgeous. Yeah. It's not weird at all, guys. Yeah. Forget the black pearls. It's variegated pearl. Yes.